Hello everyone. In this video we will try to learn inner meaning of 5th and 6th verse. Let us try to recap what we learned so far. So in the past videos what we learned was what is Rudra, what is Shivam, what is Ghora, Aghora, all these concepts we learned. And specifically I want to emphasize that we learned that whatever the 5 pranas, upapranas we have, we call them as life forces. We discussed that all this digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system, all those, and upapranas are like all these reflexes we have, like whenever we cough, yawn and all that. So those are called as pranas and upapranas, 5 life forces. Those are controlled by one main life force, one prana inside us. That is nothing but Rudra. So those are the 11 Ekadas Rudras we discussed. And another way to look at it is we have 5 sense organs, Gnanendriyas, and we have 5 Karmendriyas, motor organs, and we have one inner organ, we talked about it, which is like mind, intellect, memory and ego. So this inner organ and these 10 organs together again Ekadasa Rudra. So if you see our body, Rudra is inside us, and even these pranas, upapranas and Gnanendriyas and Karmendriyas are also giving us Ghoras and Aghoras. So last time we discussed, right? So we have Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Okay. See, Jiva is, we are talking about ourselves right now. So I'm talking about myself. You can think about yourself, what pranas, upapranas and karmendriyas, gnanendriyas you have, right? Jagat is everybody is around us. Okay, that is considered. Actually, when you say Jagat, whatever parts of our body, whatever it is made of, these 5 elements, Panchabhutas, we call that the Jagat starts from there. And now there is Jagat around us, our family, friends, colleagues, and the whole universe around us. So we are getting these again. This we cannot forget, because at least first Anuvaka, it is all about Ghora, Aghora and Shivam. So this Jagat is giving all these Aghora and Ghoras, and Jiva also, when we see our body, like I said, we have 11 Ekadasa Rudras, like when you take all these life forces and all these Indriyas, organs, these are also giving us Ghora and Aghora, because whatever the ailments we get, those are all Ghoras, right? So Rudra is inside us. That is how we have to look at it. And these we did not attain. Okay, it was given to us by Ishvara. Okay, by the Lord. So that is how we have to start looking at, starting from ourselves actually. Now if we go and see, Rudra is, Ishvara is around us everywhere. Okay, if you see any other person, you can see the same way that there is Rudra inside them, running the prana. And now look at the nature also, right? If you look at the whole universe, it could be trees, it could be rivers, it could be whatever the nature you see, and even including animals. So there is some prana or shakti or whatever you want to call it, that is running that basically. So that is how you should look at it. And then another thing what we discussed in the last few was, like if you see in the first Anuvaka, we started with the arrow, and then we said the bow. First we started saying that, hey, salutations to your anger. Then we said salutations to your bow, salutations to your arrow, salutations to your hands holding that, mighty hands. So here what we are saying, it is kind of, we are perceiving Ishvara in the form of Ghora, and then immediately we are saying that everything is auspicious. Can you make your arrows auspicious, your bow as auspicious, and your quiver as auspicious, and make sure whatever the arrows that are is in the quiver, please make sure those are like Aghora arrows. That means it should give us all the happiness and pleasure moments. So from there we are going to Aghora, right? And then in the third verse, see, first verse is this, second verse is this. Third verse, what we are doing, we are saying that, hey, you are auspicious, you are pure, you are illuminating, you are the true supreme source, and make sure I should be able to see you everywhere. Okay, that is in the third what we are trying to attain Shivam actually. So here what exactly are we doing? See, if you see, it is like climbing a ladder basically. So what Namakam is kind of teaching us is, in very first Anuvaka, it is trying to push us towards that Advitiya Bhavana basically. Okay, last time in the one of the videos we discussed Dvandvatita Sthiti, we call it. That is the state beyond dualities. So whatever the ghoras, aghoras we see, if we can transcend from these, and if we can see everything as Shivam, that is nothing but the realization basically, realization of the Shiva basically. That is what we did in the first three verses. So now when we say he's holding something with mighty hands and your rupa is auspicious, your form is very good. So what exactly is Ishvara's form, right? That we need to understand. So if you see, we can write two actually. One is Ishvara has two forms. Okay, one is Karya Rupa they call it, which is effect form, and the other one is Karana Rupa, which is causal form. So what is Karya Rupa or effect form, right? Karya Rupa is, he is the one who created this whole Srishti or Jagat or this whole universe. Whether you accept it or not, yes. Some supreme source, somebody created it, and we will call that as Lord or Ishvara. So he did that. He created that. And because he created that, he is part of it as well, right? Because when you see somebody's painting, right, you will say his painting, right? His artwork. So same way, this whole Jagat, this Srishti or universe created by Ishvara, so that is the Karya Rupa. That means whatever we see, that is his Karya. That means he did that. Okay, but we don't see it that way unfortunately, but that is one Rupa. Now the other Karana Rupa has two things. One is Ishvara Rupa, okay, and the other one is Parabrahma Rupa or Sachidananda Rupa, you can call it. Ishvara Rupa is, this is where we can say Ishvara Rupa is nothing but Sagunopasana. That means we are giving Ishvara Rupa is, we perceive God that, hey, you are the reason for this Srishti, Sthiti, Laya and all that, right? And we perceive God in a form actually. And everybody has their own favorite God, and for each God also there are different forms we give. So that is nothing but this Ishvara form. Within Karana Sarira we have Ishvara. You can call this as Upasya Rupa also. Okay, Upasya Rupa. Okay, which is nothing but Sagunopasana. So that means you are giving a form, you are giving certain attributes and you are worshipping it. Parabrahma Rupa is nothing but Nirgunopasana. That means there is no form. When you say he is everywhere, on one hand we are saying that he created this whole Jagat, universe and everything. And he is running the whole show inside us, okay, inside everybody, right? And he is running the whole Jagat also. Then he is everywhere. Then what form can we give him? Okay, that is nothing but the Nirguna Rupa. That means there is no form. That is Parabrahma Rupa, we can call it. Okay, so these are the forms actually. Okay, and then one more thing is when we talk about ourselves, our body, right? Our body, we have Sthula Sarira and Sukshma Sarira. Okay, Sthula Sarira is physical body that you can visually see. Okay, when you are looking at somebody, that is a Sthula Sarira. Okay, that is physical body. Sukshma Sarira is the subtle body. Subtle body means whatever the inner organ we talked about last time, right? That mind, intellect, ego, memory. I mean, there is no form to it. I mean, you cannot cut somebody's brain. No doctor can figure out where exactly the memory is, where exactly the ego is, where exactly the intellect is, the mind is. There is no form. That is subtle. And another word for this is linga, linga sarira. So we can say that Rudra is inside us in the form of Linga Sarira, which is not visible actually. Okay. So now that is why we call him as Linga Dhara. Okay. Al Linga Rupa. Because he's kind of merged, he's kind of absorbed, he's part of that whole thing. When it is that, then we call Linga Sarira. So now even in this Jagat, he is merged, he is absorbed, he is everywhere, right? Now when we do this Abhisheka and all, at home when we do, we will put some size of linga and some sizes of linga and all that. Now when you go to a temple, you see a bigger lingas. You go to some other temple, you can see a bigger linga. So which one is the right linga? Okay. This whole Jagat is nothing but a linga actually. So that means when we do Abhisheka, the kind of bhavana we should have, that means the kind of feeling or devotional feeling that we should have is, I am doing this Abhisheka to this entire Jagat basically. Okay, that is the meaning behind it. So when we say Linga Rupa, that is again Nirguna Upasana. Because for Linga, what is north, what is east, what is south, what is west, there is nothing. It's very difficult. So that is what is Linga Rupa. And also actually, if we another example we can give is, before we chant Namakam, there is a dhyana sloka actually. We all know that. Apatalana navasthalanta bhuvana brahmanda mafisfurat, right? That sloka. All that sloka is saying is, hey, you are pervading this whole universe, this whole Jagat. Okay, even if I go to Patala Loka, even if I go to Urdhva Loka, you are everywhere. Okay, and also it says that in one of the sentences in that whole Jnana Sloka, it will talk about Jyoti and Spatika Linga. So Jyoti means it is illuminating. It is nothing but that whole consciousness. Spatika means it is pure. It is like no anomalies in that, and Spatika is nothing but crystal quartz. Nothing touches it basically. That means for that there is no ghora, aghora, good, bad, such things basically. So that is about Linga Sarira. And so now let us go. So these are all the, I just wanted to recap what we learned so far before we go to fifth verse actually. So fifth verse is, Sivena vachasatva girisa cha vadamasi yadhana sarvamit jagat ayakshmagam sumana asat. Okay, so here what we are trying to say is Shivena vachasa. That means Shivena means, Shivam means, we already discussed that it is auspicious, good, pure, all those are synonyms for Shiva, Shivam, Shivena. Okay, Vachasa means whatever the words, whatever we are saying. Girisa means, Giri we talked in the last video also. Giri means you can interpret it in three ways. Girulu, Giri means mountain basically, right? The Lord that is in the Mount Kailasha, that is one way to interpret it. The other way to interpret it, Girulu means Vakkulu, means words or utterances, right? Because we say Vedas are completely, those came out of Lord himself. So he is part of Vedas basically. All the Vedas are nothing but his utterances basically. That is one way to look at it. And the other way to look at it is, Giri means, see, anytime we talk, right, the words, that the word that is coming out of our mouth, the voice, all that, because of that prana or the Shakti inside us. Okay, that is nothing but Rudra again. So that is another way to look at it. So here essentially what we are saying is, whatever we say, whatever we talk, whatever the stuti we are doing, whatever the chanting we are doing, it is for you, Lord. Those are good ones, and The next one is Yadanaha Sarvamit Jagat Ayakshmagam. That means here what we are saying is I am everything that is coming out of my mouth is all good, and please make sure Sarvamit Jagat means, see, the beauty of Sanatana Dharma is we always, yes, we seek something from God for ourselves, and then next what we do is we always talk about Jagat also. That means irrespective of caste, religion, race, nationality, we don't do all that, right? Jagat means it includes the whole universe. Okay, not only sentient beings like humans. We talk about, when we say universe, it includes everything. So here what we are saying is Ayakshmagam means diseaseless. Okay, diseaseless. This is diseaseless. Okay, Sumana means so basically what we are requesting here, Lord, is, hey, I am doing this stuti, whatever that is coming out of my mouth is all good. Okay, and then I request you to make sure this whole Jagat, okay, is should become diseaseless. That means no ailments to anybody, no natural calamities and all that. And then Sumana means everybody's mind should be peaceful. Okay, everybody should have a positive attitude. See, if you see here, this what we are seeking from Ishvara is kind of universal harmony, right? Essentially what we are saying, hey, I want this whole world or universe to be safe, without any kind of diseases, without any natural disasters, and everybody should have that peace loving mind, okay, and positive attitude. That is what this fifth verse is about. Okay, now let us go to the sixth verse. Sixth verse is Adhyavochat Adhivakta Pradhamo Daivyo Bhishak Ahigascha Sarvat Jambhyan Sarvascha Yatu Dhanyaha. So here also what we are saying, another way, this is again we are talking about universal harmony again here also. Okay, but in a different way here. So what we are doing is Adhyavochat means basically we are telling, see, when we have these ghoras, right? Ghoras are like, see, when we get any ailment, that is also a ghora, right? So that means in Sanatana Dharma, if you want to go deep into it, basically we call any ailment as Roga Rupa Devata. Okay, that means Lord is considered as Mahadeva basically. Okay, Mahadeva he is the leader of all Devatas also. Okay, that is why he is called as Maheshwara also. Okay, so under him there are several like Yama, a bunch of there are good devatas like Varuna, Indra, the list goes on, right? So here what we are asking Ishvara is, hey, I made mistakes in the past, this life or past life, whatever, and because of that you are giving these ghoras. Okay, I have to, and prarabdha karma again. Okay, and in this life now I am doing all the good deeds, I surrender to you. Please, can you talk on my behalf to whoever is coming to punish me? Okay, in the form of ailment, in the form of disease or whatever. Okay, Adhyavochat means, can you talk on behalf of me? Okay, that is Adhyavochat. Adhivakta means, can you speak in favor of me? Can you tell that I am doing good, I'm doing all the good deeds now? Okay, that is the second one, Adhivakta. Pradhamo, and here Ahigascha Sarvat means basically what we are requesting is, yes, when you talk to them, I may be I may be punished by forces that I can see. Okay, Ahigascha Sarvat means direct Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means that visually I can see, right? some animal harming us, or some kind of natural calamity or things like that. And this one is paroksha, that means it's not visible. Suddenly sometimes we are all healthy one day, and next day when we wake up we may have severe headache or some kind of ailment, right? Those visually we cannot see what is happening, but that is another type of ghora. So all here what we are doing is, hey, any type of pratyaksha or paroksha, okay, pratyaksha, paroksha, please make sure you talk on my behalf, and maybe I should not get punished. Okay, so that is about this one. And here Pradhamo Daivyo Bhishak is, Daivyo is, again we discussed, he is Mahadeva, right? That means he is the kind of leader of all devatas and everyone, and he is the Shakti inside every devata also. Okay, so that is why basically we are kind of telling him, hey, you are Mahadeva, you are the Daivyo, you can control all the other devatas. Can you make sure you talk on my behalf and tell them not to give me any ghora? Okay, that is what we are doing. And here Pradhamo means he is the leader, or he is the first one, or whatever we can take it as. Bhishak, okay, Bhishak means nothing but doctor basically. Okay, so if you see even in Vishnu Sahasranama, there will be one verse called as Nirvanam Bheshajam Bhishak there also. Okay, Bhishak is doctor basically. So when we say doctor, what does it mean? So see, when you go to a doctor, right, he will do certain things that you may not like. Like for example, he may do some procedure on you which you don't like. He may give an injection, actually we will not like that, and he may give a very bitter medicine and they may ask us to swallow it. So all these things, is the doctor angry on us? No, he is trying to fix something basically. So here also Ishvara is fixing us basically. Okay, when we have any ghoras, the way we have to look at him is not in a fearful form. We should think of him as like a bhishak, doctor. He is fixing the patients like us, because we are filled with so many bad deeds maybe in the past life, and now because of that we are experiencing these ghoras. So we should see him as a doctor, that okay, he is fixing me and he is cleansing whatever that happened, and in this janma I am going to continue to do more good deeds, and I am going to genuinely surrender to you. And that is what at very high level this sixth verse is. So here if you see what we are doing, we are kind of slowly going in the direction where we understood that Ishvara is inside us. Okay, he is the prana that is running inside us, and he is everywhere around us. So we will continue. So especially from 2nd to 9th Anuvaka, it will Namakam will clearly, explicitly explain about each person, their profession. So that will be we'll follow in the next videos. Okay, I hope this is I know the reason I wanted to write these words is so that way we can clearly discuss each word, but the board is filled, we do not have much real estate. I'll try to fix this. Okay, all right, thank you very much.